Hi, third grade. It is a rainy Monday morning. I hope that you find some fun things to do inside today. It'll be nice again tomorrow. We're going to have a waning crescent moon tonight. You can only see a little tiny sliver of the moon. And tomorrow it'll be a new moon. That means you won't be able to see the face of the moon because there won't be any sunlight reflecting on it. So I wanted to talk to you about this week. So the math today, I'm not going to really give you a math lesson. The math today is going to be, you're going to have a choice of games. If you have some people at home with you that have time to play a game with you today, I'd love for you to play this game that's in your week 4 folder I just sent home. I just mailed it to you. And it's called Name That Number. It's a really fun game. You're going to need number cards. In this game, you can play it with 2 people, but it's more fun to play it with 3 or 4 people. If we were in class, we'd be playing it like in groups of 4. And then there's a response sheet. And then on the email I send your parents and in the Google Classroom, I'll have number cards you can download and print. Or you could just make your own number cards. You're going to need 4 cards of 0 through 10 each. So 4 zeros, 4 ones, etc. through number 10. And then you're going to need 1 card each of 11 through 20. If you have parents that are working this morning and you can't Name That Number quite yet, then you can go ahead and do Factor Bingo on the Connect Ed website. I'll send you that link as well. So that's your choice. You can play Factor Bingo level, the grade 3 Factor Bingo, or you could play the challenge Factor Bingo, okay? You just do what you need to do for you, all right? So Name That Number or one of the Factor Bingo games on Connect Ed. Then everybody needs to do the math boxes for lesson 9-8. And those are on page 293. And let me just look at this. You're going to use your ruler to measure the quadrilateral sides to the nearest 1/4 inch, 1/4 inch. We have a fraction problem here for number 2, so let's see. Seth and John each have 6 balloons. 4/6 of Seth's balloons are red. 3/6 of John's balloons are red. Who has more red balloons? So you need to draw 6 balloons for Seth and 6 balloons for John. And you're going to shade 4/6 of Seth's balloons red and 3/6 of John's red. And you're going to tell me who has more, Seth or John, who has more red balloons. This one, you just have to circle the facts that have products less than 72. You just need to find the products and circle the ones that are less than 72. This is 6 13-gram black-capped chickadees. That's going to be a multiplication problem with an extended fact. So you can break 13 into 10 and 3 and multiply 6 times 10 plus 6 times 3. This is just solving things. There's some extended facts. You guys know how to do that. And then order of operations is last. If you need to review the order of operations, you just remember if there are parentheses, you complete the number model inside the parentheses first. And then the next step is you multiply or divide from left to right. And the last thing you always do is add or subtract from left to right, okay? So just keep that in mind when you're on number 6. I'll put the answer key on Google Classroom so you can check to make sure you're right when you're all done, okay? I would like to see this when you're done. If you play Name That Number, I'd love to see the record sheet. If you play Factor Bingo, I will just check in on my teacher and make sure you did it, okay? So you just let me know which one you choose. All right, so since it's Monday, we are going to take a spelling pretest today. We have words that end in Y, but we're going to add inflectional endings to the end of the words. So sometimes you're going to have to change the Y to I to add ED or S or ING to the end of it. We also have 5 vocabulary words that you're going to need to study this week and study the definitions. Now, it is a short week, so we are going to have our spelling and vocabulary tests on Thursday this week, so keep that in mind when you're studying. Go ahead and take your pretest by having your parent call out list 1 words. If you get them all right or you only miss 1, you're going to go on to the list 2 words this week. If you miss more than 1, you stick with list 1 this week, okay? We are going to copy the spelling words here. If you'd like to write them in pencil and then trace them with colored pencils and colors, that'd be kind of fun. Then you can, down here, you can just write the vocabulary word and definition. And then we're also going to complete page 140. All right, that's just pretty straightforward spelling page. I'll put the answer key for these in the Google Class, or for this, I should say, just this page, in the Google Classroom for you, so you can check it. When you're done with spelling, can you keep turning until you get to the possessive pronouns page, and you can pause my video now and go get that if you'd like to go over it with me, or you can come back to it later and make sure you read it, or you can listen to me now and then go back and reread it later. So we're going to be working with possessive pronouns today. Possessive pronouns are pronouns that take the place of possessive nouns. So a possessive noun and a possessive pronoun show ownership. I think you probably remember that. If we have the noun, we usually add S or apostrophe S or S apostrophe if we have more than one. A possessive pronoun takes the place of a possessive noun. It shows who or what owns something. My, your, her, his, its, our, and their, with the T-H-E-I-R spelling, are possessive pronouns that are used before other nouns. Mine, yours, his, her, its, ours, and theirs are possessive pronouns that can stand alone. So you can look at these sentences below, and they all have examples of possessive pronouns in bold print. My sister has a new camera. So my name's Christy. So instead of saying Christy's sister has a new camera, we would say my sister, because it's me, my sister. I borrowed her camera. My sister is Melissa. So instead of saying I borrowed Melissa's camera or I borrowed my sister's camera, we'd say her camera. Okay? She showed me how to use its settings. So instead of saying the camera's settings, we're going to say its settings. I saw 3 eagles and took their picture. The eagle's picture is their picture. Your pictures came out better than mine, she said. So my sister's talking to me, and she's saying she's talking to me, pictures came out better than mine, and she's referring to herself with mine, meaning her pictures. Shall we show our pictures to Mom? We both took pictures, so they're our pictures. Our is the possessive pronoun. All right, then you're going to do page 116. There's a nice quick review at the top of possessive pronouns. And then for this one, all you have to do is write the possessive pronoun on the line. So it says, my family went to a trip to Chicago. My would be the possessive pronoun. So you just write my on the line. Okay? On the next page, 117, that I'd also like you to do, they also talk about reflexive pronouns. And that's when the subject and the object of a sentence are the same. So here we go. You're going to read these sentences and the possessive pronouns that are in parentheses next to each sentence, and you're going to write the correct possessive pronoun on the line. So it says the students in blank class are painting pictures of sea life. Would you say in our class or ours class? Right, our class. So you're going to write our class on the line, okay? So those are the 2 grammar pages I'd like you to do today. In cursive today, I'd like you to keep working. We're going to keep working with tow truck letters. And we're going to practice connecting tow truck letters to the next letter in a word. So let me show you what I mean. So we are going to work on pages 54, 55, 56, and 57. And I wrote a couple of words with tow truck letters. And I'm going to show you how I connect the next letter to it. So you can see I already wrote the word hot. And notice when I connect the O, I make my magic C, close up my O. When I go into the T, I don't drop it back down to the ground line, because if I did, it would look like an A. So the O, I make the, like I said, magic C, close my O, it goes right up into the T. That's a T. So this is the word hot, H-O-T. And then here's another word with an O at the beginning of it, and I needed to connect it to an L, and I'm not going to go back down to the ground line to do it. I'm going to make my O, and then I'm going to go right into the L. And then I can drop the L down when I'm done with the L. But the O goes right into the L. We don't bring the O back down because, once again, it would look like an A if we did. Now, let me write another word for you, the word B, because the letter B is also a tow truck letter. So I'm going to write the word B, B-E. So if I write the word B, I need to make a tall letter B, bring it back up to here. Now I'm done with the B, I need to go right into the E. And there's how I do it. I don't go back down to the ground line. That's the word B, B-E. Okay? Let's do another one. Let's think of another tow truck letter I can help you with. B, W's are I'll do we, W-E. So W is also a tow truck letter. And so I'll show you how to do that. So you're going to make the W. And then instead of going back down to the ground line when you make the E, you just go right into that E right there. Okay? So use the samples. They'll help you to go ahead and do those tow truck letters on 54, 55, 56, and 57. We're going to practice all connecting our tow truck letters, okay, to other letters and words. All right. I think that's it for me today. I'm trying to think of everything. So we have the math game, the math box page, the spelling pretest plus the worksheets that follow it, your possessive pronouns pages 116 and 117, your cursive pages that we just talked about with the tow truck letters. And the only other thing I need to remind you of today is that your biography report, your flip grid report, is due today. And I'm going to start watching them this morning. I can't wait. I've already watched a couple of people that turned them in early, so I can't wait to see them today. I'm super excited. I am going to ask you guys to watch some other people's videos, so that when we get together at our turn and talk at the end of the week, I'm going to ask you to watch. I'll let you know when we get together for our Google Hangout on Tuesday whose videos I specifically need you to watch. I'm going to give everybody 2 other friends in the class and ask you to watch them. And I'm going to ask you to take notes when you watch them. I mean, you can watch as many people as you want, but I'm going to specifically ask you to take notes on 2 other people's biography reports. And I want you to write down first a compliment, something you liked about it. And then the second thing I want you to write down is something you learned, something you didn't know about the person they researched before you watched their report. So I'm going to give you 2 people. I'm going to ask you to watch their reports. I'll let you know who the 2 people you're watching are on Tuesday. And I'm going to ask you to write down 2 things about each of the 2 people you're watching. A compliment and something you learned, okay? All right, so I hope you guys have a great Monday. Let me know if you need any help with anything. Make sure all those biography reports are in by 3 o'clock today, because today is the big day that they're due. All right? Bye, you guys. Have a great Monday.